What if I told you that the secret to building a billion-dollar life has almost nothing to do with money? It sounds a little crazy, but the world's wealthiest people rarely started out with huge bank accounts. They started with a set of powerful, specific routines. And the best part? Adopting them costs absolutely nothing. For the next year, I'm adopting 7 of these exact habits, from deep thinking to ruthless prioritization, to prove that anyone can build a life of incredible wealth without spending a dime. And I'm taking you with me, tracking my progress right here as we head toward 2026. This isn't just another list, it's a live experiment. Let's get started. Habit 1. Clear goal setting. Billionaires don't just have vague dreams, they have meticulously planned goals. They operate with a staggering clarity of purpose. They set goals so huge they often seem impossible, but then they break them down into small, actionable daily steps. This is where huge vision meets granular execution. Elon Musk's ultimate goal is to make humanity a multi-planetary species, but his daily priorities are famously broken down into 5-minute increments on his calendar. That's the magic formula. A massive, inspiring vision combined with disciplined, everyday action. Setting clear goals acts like a compass, guiding your decisions and filtering out distractions. It gives you the power to know what to focus on and, just as importantly, what to ignore. So, my 5th commitment is to implement a formal goal-setting framework. I will define my 1-year, 3-year, and final 2026 goals. Then, each morning as part of my routine, I will write down those goals and identify the single most important task for that day that moves me closer to them. This isn't about being busy, it's about being effective. Habit 2. Ruthless prioritization. This next habit is the defensive strategy that protects all the others. Ruthless prioritization. It's built on one core understanding. Time is the ultimate currency, not money. As one billionaire in the J.P. Morgan report put it, you think carefully about how you spend $1. You should think just as carefully about how you spend 1 hour. This mindset leads to an aggressive filtering of tasks, meetings, and commitments. For the ultra-successful, productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing more of what matters. They don't just have a to-do list. They have a what truly matters list. They live by the 80-20 rule, constantly asking, what are the 20% of activities that will generate 80% of my results? And then they focus their energy there. This means getting incredibly comfortable with saying no to almost everything that doesn't align with their main goals. My commitment here is to become a fierce protector of my time. Each day, I'll identify my priorities and schedule them first. I'll practice saying no to requests that don't serve my primary objectives. This is about weighing every commitment, not just in terms of money, but in hours and minutes, because how you spend your time ultimately determines your results. Habit 3. Scheduled deep thinking. Time. The first habit is something we've almost completely lost in our world of endless notifications and distractions: scheduled deep thinking. This isn't just daydreaming. It's the structured practice of carving out time to think without an agenda, letting your mind wander, connect ideas, and solve problems in the background. Our days are filled with reactive noise, tasks that scream for our immediate attention but do very little for our long-term vision. Billionaires are fiercely protective of their time for quiet contemplation. Bill Gates is famous for his Think Weeks, where he retreats from the world twice a year simply to read and think. Jeff Weiner, the CEO of LinkedIn, schedules up to 2 hours of do-nothing time on his calendar every single day. They understand a fundamental truth. You can't have breakthrough ideas when your brain is cluttered with daily chaos. Your best ideas won't show up during a Zoom call. They surface in the silence you create for them. So, here's my first commitment. Every morning, before the world gets a chance to interrupt, I'm dedicating 30 minutes to pure, uninterrupted thinking. No phone, no computer, just a notebook and my thoughts. I'll be tracking the quality of the ideas that come out of these sessions and how they shape my strategy over the next year. It's all about trading reactive thinking for proactive foresight. Habit 4. Voracious reading for compounding knowledge. If there's one habit that's almost universal among the world's greatest financial minds, it's a voracious, almost obsessive need to read. Warren Buffett, arguably the most successful investor in history, has said he spends up to 80% of his working day reading. When asked for the key to his success, he famously pointed to a stack of books and said, "Read 500 pages like this every day." That's how knowledge works. It builds up, like compound interest. Think about that for a second. Knowledge builds like compound interest. It's an asset that pays you dividends for the rest of your life. While most people are consuming disposable, entertaining content, billionaires are systematically building a mental library of ideas. They aren't just reading for fun, they're reading for leverage. Bill Gates reads about 50 books a year. When Elon Musk was asked how he learned to build rockets, his answer was simple: I read books. This isn't about being a genius, it's about discipline. In a multi-year study on the habits of self-made millionaires, researcher Tom Corley found that 88% of them read for at least 30 minutes a day for self-improvement. They get it. You can't make billion-dollar decisions with a $10 vocabulary. So my second commitment is this. I will read one non-fiction book every single week until 2026, on topics from finance and psychology to biographies of great thinkers. I'll also dedicate 30 minutes each morning to dense material like industry reports, just like Buffett. This isn't about speed reading, it's about deep learning. All right, we're 4 habits in, and if you're feeling that spark, I want to challenge you. Don't just watch me do this. Join me. You don't have to tackle all 7 habits at once. Just pick one. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier. Maybe it's reading for 15 minutes before bed. Choose one habit that speaks to you and commit to it for the next 30 days. Drop a comment below and let me know which habit you're choosing. This isn't just a video. It's a community dedicated to proving that the best investments we can make are the ones in ourselves. Habit 5. Waking up early and amp. The sacred morning routine. From Richard Branson to Oprah Winfrey, nearly every high achiever has a specific, almost sacred morning routine that starts before the rest of the world hits snooze. It's not about losing sleep. It's about gaining a head start. Waking up early is a strategic move to claim a few quiet, precious hours for yourself before the day's demands take over. This is the time when your willpower is at its highest and distractions are at their lowest. Billionaires use these golden hours for the habits that truly matter: deep thinking, reading, exercise, and planning. They win the morning to win the day. Oprah starts her day not with a phone, but with meditation to ground herself. Richard Branson wakes up around 5 a.m. to exercise, which he says doubles his productivity. Many successful people have a strict rule. They don't check their email first thing. It's a small but powerful act of defiance against living in a reactive state. My third commitment, then, is a complete morning overhaul. My alarm is now set for 5 a.m. every single day. The first hour is officially a phone-free zone. Instead, it will be dedicated to a sequence of empowering rituals designed to build momentum before the world wakes up. Habit 6. Strategic exercise. While we're on the topic of morning routines, let's talk about the habit that fuels all the others: strategic exercise. This isn't just about physical health, it's about mental performance. Billionaires treat their energy as a critical asset, and exercise is their non-negotiable investment in it. In his study of self-made millionaires, Tom Corley found that 76% of them do aerobic exercise for at least 30 minutes a day, 4 days a week. They understand that you simply cannot separate physical performance from cognitive performance. When your energy is stable, your focus sharpens. When your stress is managed, your decision-making improves. As Richard Branson said, his morning workout more than doubles his productivity. He sees it as a tool that puts him in the right state of mind for the rest of the day. For these high performers, exercise isn't an afterthought or something to squeeze in if there's time. It's foundational. So my fourth commitment is to make physical activity a pillar of my routine. I will dedicate at least 30 minutes every morning to exercise, be it a run, a bike ride, or a workout at home. This is about energizing my body and mind for peak performance throughout the day. Habit 7. The keystone habit. Radical consistency. The final habit is the engine that drives everything else. It's the force multiplier that turns small, seemingly insignificant actions into life-altering outcomes. That habit is radical, relentless consistency. Wealth isn't built in one heroic sprint. It's not about a single brilliant idea or one lucky break. It's about showing up every single day, especially on the days you don't feel like it, and putting in the reps. The power of consistency is exactly like the power of compound interest. On day 1, the results are invisible. After a month, you might see a tiny shift. But after a year, and then 5 years, the cumulative effect is staggering. This is why so many people fail. They quit during the boring, difficult middle when the results aren't exciting yet. Think about it. Waking up early once changes nothing. Reading one book doesn't make you a genius. But the person who does these things every single day for a decade becomes unrecognizable. The other 6 habits only work if you commit to them with unwavering consistency. This is why my 2026 timeline is so important. This isn't a 30-day challenge. It's a long-term transformation built on the compounding power of habits. My commitment here is simple: to execute on the other 6 habits day in and day out, and to document it all, proving that consistency is the true secret to success. So there you have it. 7 habits that have built fortunes yet cost nothing to start. 1. Scheduled, deep thinking time. 2. Voracious reading for compounding knowledge. 3. Waking up early. 4. Strategic exercise. 5. Clear goal setting. 6. Ruthless prioritization. 7. And the keystone that holds them all together: radical consistency. This isn't just a list. This is my public declaration of a personal experiment. I am committing to these 7 habits and tracking my progress for all of you to see. My hypothesis is simple. The biggest barrier to building wealth isn't a lack of money. It's a lack of discipline. I invite you to follow along on this journey, to see the successes, the struggles, and all the lessons learned. If this idea resonates with you, then subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's build our own fortunes, not with cash, but with character. The experiment begins now.